Hello everyone and welcome back to the second episode of the solo series of the modded Minecraft Vault Hunters. And in the last episode we just got this rudimentary area set up for me to run my first vault. In this episode I'm going to be running a couple more vaults. I'm going to clear out an area right here to build a more permanent base. Probably have to run out and grab some more building blocks, but in the meantime I'm gonna get another crystal going, we'll run a vault, and then after that vault I will clear all this out. So let's get that going. I'm gonna get a rock, bada bing bada boom, and so we need seeds, 5 copper, 1 stick, and 5 dirt. So we need 1 more dirt. Boom. 5 copper, and do I have seeds? No, so I will have to go get that. I'll cut back to when I have everything and I'm done. And just like that, we've got everything ready, so let's go ahead and get this crafted up. Don't mind that stuff still despawning. Proof that I'm running right afterwards, so no worries. And anyways, let's get this vault in, and without further waiting, let's go. Alright, awesome. And just like that, we're in another vault. This one has more coin piles and they're bigger. Awesome. And so yeah, let's just go right on in. So again, this is just another elixir vault, which means I will gain experience from just looting a whole bunch of different chests, killing mobs and whatnot. And so objective's just going to be to clear this out, get some more loot, and just keep progressing. Crabs. Get out of here. Money, money, money. But yeah. So I'll be editing most of this stuff out, but if you guys want, I can start posting some unedited footage of me running vaults. Just let me know in the comments if you'd be interested, because otherwise I'm just gonna cut in between when there's anything nice or exciting, or I find some cool rooms and loot. So I wasn't very far away from where I last cut off, but I just opened this chest and we got our first magnet. Magnets are so nice for vault hunters because instead of me having to run up and click all this stuff, instead with the magnet, which is very basic at the beginning stage, now it'll just automatically pick up everything when I push it out, and so this makes my life 10 times easier. And we got our first jewel pouch. Wow, some great gilded chests. And so I'll explain a little bit more what jewel pouches do later, but basically jewel pouches open and then you get 3 different types of jewels that will give different benefits, and then later on you can add these jewels to items that are not items, tools you can craft to explore and loot vault crates. So yeah, some pretty good first chests that we're finding down here. I'm quite happy. Ooh. And that noise is the sound of a champion spawning. Now, champions will drop better gear. So as you can just see, I just got a rare shield, so I'm actually going to roll that real quick. And so champions have just a higher drop chance for a lot better stuff. So I'll keep some thorns damage, but then I also get 9% block chance, so we're just going to swap that out real quick. And boom. Yeah, so champions are really good for really quick and easy looting ability, and they basically stay the same thing through the entire vault. So champions are always a nice thing to have spawn and then kill, but as always, their name implies they are champions, so they do a little bit more damage and they have a little bit more health. But thankfully we're early on and we have some pretty decent loot to start off with, and so we're running around pretty okay. And so, oh my gosh, we are getting champion after champion today. Come on. Oh my gosh, and we've got our first Omega gear. So, pretty sure I've explained it before, but there's different tiers to the level of armor and just swords and magnets you can get. Omega being the absolute highest and rarest. So the fact in our second vault we've already got our first Omega is kind of crazy, so that's awesome. This second vault has been an absolute gem. And with that, we've completed our first vault of today. Very nice, very nice. Let's do some quick looting before we get kicked out of here again. Awesome. Can I get one more? Yes, I can. Woo! Alright. See how successful that vault was. Plus 26k experience. Very nice. We got some 13 different ores. That's nice. And then we also looted 75 chests. Very good. Very happy with that. And it is nighttime. That's glitched out. But, nope, there we go. But yeah. And so, just a quick overhaul. So obviously we get the crate for completing the vault successfully. And just a quick overlook of everything we got. Got a lot of coins. Wow, just got straight vault gold. That's very nice. Got a whole bunch of more gear. Got another magnet. And then also just this loaded up absolutely. Look at all freaking money we got. Awesome. Anyways, I will cut back once I've stored everything, and then we'll roll everything in terms of new equipment that we've got from doing this vault. Alright, so I just finished quickly putting away most of the loot, so I got a whole bunch of this. I condensed a lot of the scrappy stuff into their compactor form, so it's not taking as much room. We got a whole lot of more knowledge essence, which is awesome from that vault. Got a bunch of the more gems. They don't really have much we don't have much quantity of them yet, but we do have a bunch of them so far. The only rare one so far really right now though is the Escalgem, but that's alright. We'll find a whole bunch more later. And yeah. And then, so now what we're going to do is just quickly go ahead and condense all of the bronze we got, and then all of the silver, and in total we came out of that vault with 16 gold. That is crazy to think about, because in contrast, we only had 2 before that, so that's absolutely awesome. Anyways, I accidentally just picked all that up again, didn't I? There we go. Alright, we're all good. And so now what we can do is, I'm going to actually go ahead and grab 8 planks real quick, just to craft up a chest, and this chest will just hold all of the gear I'm not going to use either again, and we'll throw gems in there for now. So in the vault we got our first chipped jewel, which will give 1.5 item quantity whenever we start crafting our first tools, which will probably be after this next one. But anyways, I'm going to spec in twice to vein miner and then one more time into heal, because again, healing is really important. You don't want to die in the vault. But so let's go ahead and just roll the scrappy tier loot first. and just see if we get anything that's better. And so 3.3, 8 pull speed, and trap disarm chance. So I'm actually going to take that over our current one, just because of the fact that after our next vault we will be level 10, and after level 10 chests have a chance of being trapped, which means they can either spawn dwellers, or it will drop a potion of poison. So we really want to have disarming chance, which is nice that it's already 20%. That's awesome. But yeah, so these boots, it's a little bit more armor, but these boots have the living effect on them, which means as long as we're wearing them, it will level up with us. So those boots are not going to be kept. We have a first chest plate, so we're just going to take that no matter what, but it's got okay to give us some more health. And then let's roll these three. So we got a wand, rare shield, and then I have no idea what this tier is. What is this tier? Epic. Epic, okay. So it goes scrappy, uncommon, or scrappy, common, rare, epic, and then omega are the different tiers. But anyways, ooh. Another shield, another living, 9 block chance, durability, damage reduction, 2 health, plus 12 effective avoidance. This shield's just better. And again, so this shield's going to keep leveling up with us, which means its attributes are also going to keep getting better as we level up. So that's an awesome shield. I'll keep the wand for now. Again, I'm more of a tank slash warrior class, so I just kind of don't worry about the other stuff too much. But oh wow, it's a lot of the implicit isn't that great, but it does give us some more thorns damage and health. But again, this shield's just better because it's going to level up with us, which means all of these effects are going to get better with us as well. So nice shield. We'll keep that as a spare just in case. We also got an augment, which we'll be able to add to crystals in the future, which will give it this theme, which gives the perk more coins and they're bigger. But anyways, let's roll our last two pieces. Let's get our sword first, and then we'll do our helmet. So, hoping this sword's better than our current one, which I unfortunately think it's not. So even though it's a higher level sword, our attack base is already better, and the heart frag chance and the shocking hit is just better than the 7% tank damage. So we're also going to be putting that away. But let's see what our first Omega helmet gives us. It's taking a little bit of time, but you know. So a little bit less armor, but it gives us more damage, increased area of effect, mana regen, and effect avoidance. Wow, it's a pretty. It's an okay Omega. It's a lot of side benefits, which I'm very happy about. So we'll take it. And the rest of these we'll just throw in here for now, and I'll throw that in there. Hello, Mr. Villager. What do you offer me? Bucket of tropical fish. You are worthless. However, I would like some leads. So, oh, look at that! They've disappeared, and I randomly got 2 leads. I wonder where those came from. Anyways, so let's throw those in there for now. And it's gonna be nighttime soon, so I'll get to go to sleep. And before I run my next vault, what I'm going to do is just focus on clearing out this area after I go to bed, and I'm just going to get a rough setup of the base, and I will cut back to when I have it set up. Sleep, please. Sleep. Sleep. And just like that, we've got a nice big open space cleared out, thankfully, using, again, the Vein Miner perk. And so I'm going to go ahead and get the outline up, build up the first set of walls. I won't get the whole house built, but I'm just going to get it so that we're not just out in the open anymore. So I'll cut back to that. Okay, so that took a little bit longer than I was expecting, and I'm still technically not done. But anyway, so this is just the rough layout of the house I'm going to be having. It's probably going to turn into my permanent home in the long run. But so we've got this basic crafting area / storage system set up right here for now. I made sure to give myself some more room so I can inevitably probably branch out the house that way some more as well. Just waiting on more spruce trees to grow, which I have a bunch growing. And then I got this little area sectioned off for a nice smelting room. I always like having a chimney built into the house, and so I'm going to build it in so that there's going to be the smoker pit and that it's going to be separate from the actual roof. So again, this is just the beginning setup. As we progress more and more through, it'll get more interesting. So we have blocks here, random like mob droppings down here, just solo stuff in here. Actually, I should take both of you guys out of that. Put you in here. And so that'll be just a regular chest now. So this holds some of the more important vault droppings that we can get for crafting stuff. Over here's just gems, essence, vault diamonds, and whatnot. So other good stuff. I'm actually going to take you guys out and put you in there. And here we have our rare gems, silver scrap, and other stuff. Mod boxes, I haven't opened these yet, and I forgot to explain earlier. Once you actually start unlocking different mods, mod boxes can drop you random items from that mod. So those are actually really handy. So for later, when we go and spec into refined storage, it's requires quite a lot in terms of crafting, and so then we can just get some of those crafting blocks and materials for free, which is very handy. And then in here we have our junk loot that we're not going to be using, or is just there in case we need it for backup. Down here's not the junk material, but just the stuff that, you know, we're not going to be using as much, more so just going to be using in building projects, such as the flooring here, which I need one more ornate steel so I can craft up the last of that flooring anyways. So, and then this last one's going to be chipped jewels and other stuff once we get farther in. But let's go right on in and get another crystal crafted. Perfect. Get this crafted up. Awesome. So what I'm going to go do, I'm going to go place this in right now, but I'm going to wait. I want to check what can I craft. So all of these can be crafted before level 10, so I'm going to actually go ahead and just quickly off screen craft up as much of that as I possibly can. We're back now after running around. I cleared out this area here for just a place to put all the different crafting stations and whatnot. That's going to be a rudimentary vault that's going to be in the house for now. I'll expand later, but so just for right now, we got all this crafting up. Just these 3, including the one in my hand, because currently we are locked behind just different crafting ingredients we need. So like netherite, we don't have any of that yet, which is required for a bunch of these, and emeralds, which we don't have yet, which I'll have to go trading with some villagers later. But just in the meantime, so right now we got these 3. This is the tool station, which, as I mentioned before about the jewels over in that, the one jewel in that chest. So these can be crafted using the different states of vault ingots, I guess you could call them. So chromatic iron, this one's chromatic steel, this one's vaulterite ingot, and all of these are unlocked as it shows at different levels in the game. So early on we can just craft chromatic tools, which if I go in here to tool station, acquire a tool station, vault tools. So in here it explains all the different things that can be added to your tools, not just your vault picks, but I'll go into more of like what I like building. But anyways, so craft a chromatic iron pick, and our rewards are chipped jewels with wood affinity, ornate, gilded, living, and coin. And so what these allow us to do is, rather than having to, let's say, open every single chest, we can now just break them and their loot will come out. Whereas before you can't break the chests, you have to manually open and close. But so that's tools. I'll probably craft up some of those in just a bit. Over here is our bounty table. So bounty table, as it sounds, gives us bounties that we can complete inside of the vault to gain different rewards and some more bonus experience. And so I'm just going to go through here real quick. And so this is going to give us 2 netherite, a magnet, chestplate, and shield for killing 12 dwellers. Now, I don't really care much for this stuff, but those 2 netherite ingots, that's awesome. Mine 6 Larimar gets us this. And so yeah, we're just going to go with kill the dwellers for now, because we really want that netherite in order to start crafting up. And so while we're at it, let's claim bounty table, which we get bounty pearls, which I have some in here as well. And so what we can use bounty pearls to do is just reroll. Let's say if we don't like 3 wild focus in the vault, let's just reroll that once, and boom, submit 340 polished vault stone at the bounty table, and we can get an elytra already. Let's go. And so we're going to leave those there, and then this here is actually an animal pen. And so what you can do with these guys is you run around, crouch right click an animal, and it will collect them in that jar, in which you can just place on there, and they become single block farms. Very useful. Actually, I'm going to take you to, we'll put them in here for now. And these gemstones we'll throw in here. But yeah, as I said, so right now we're kind of blocked behind the fact that we don't have netherite. But now we can get some at least. And so what I'm going to do, clear out my inventory real quick. Don't need those guys. And yours goes in there. And so now we're ready for the second vault of this episode. Let's go. Alright, so now that we're in, she should tell me, more ores and chromatic caves. So let's just go right into it and finish another elixir vault. There's a secret room down here. Let's loot it up. Well, anyway, so bada boom. Just a whole bunch of wood chests, which I really probably should have just left, but we cleared it out, might as well loot it up. Really regretting the fact that I did not craft those tools like I had said I was going to, because that would have made this 10 times easier, but it's okay. Just remember to do it when we get out of this vault. But yeah, so far so good. We're about quarter of the way through this vault, and we are already almost halfway done. So, that's awesome. Good pace. Love to see it. Is that another hidden room up here? Oh my gosh, there is. Let's go. Just probably another wood one. Wood and some... Oh, wow. This room's got a little bit of everything. Nice. Let's grab the gems, which are giving us a good amount of experience. Grab some coins, which are also giving us some. Not a lot, but it's giving some. Plus, coins are just always worth mining up, no matter what. Let's see, we got more stuff? Yeah, we got more coins. Let's go. Money, money, money. Oh boy. Alright, we're taking some damage. Unnecessary. Okay, come here, you. Freeze me. Oh boy, I almost got frozen there. That would have been bad. But let's just do this. Okay, cool. Just quickly get some space. Alright, what we're gonna do is actually run back to this main room and grab the lodestone, because I don't want to risk it, even though there was some gilded chest up there. I just really don't want to risk it this early. That'd be pretty sad. Oh boy. Where are you, lodestone? There should be one around here. Okay, maybe this one's up top. Let's hope. I really don't want to have to run out of this vault. But not. Awesome. Okay, let's get it. That was, all in all, really successful. Got a little bit close there at the end, but that's alright. Don't have time to run back and get that, but yeah, overall, very successful run. And with that is another vault completed. Just throw you out for now. And then I'm going to just mine up that whole vault, since we now have one in our house. And I'm going to quickly go to bed. Alright, awesome. That was another really successful vault. I'm very happy with how this has been going. And I'm going to quickly just unloot everything. I'll open the crate, and then I'll show off everything that we got from there. Yeah. Alright, so we got most of the regular stuff put away in their respective chests. We are now at 8 Beniatite, which in order to craft the research crystal, we are going to need 16. And I'm going to open this crate real quick, turn off my magnet, just to see what we got. Doesn't look like anything too crazy, but we'll go ahead and roll it. Let's see what we got. So what I'm actually going to do is transfer jewels into here, and I'm going to put the ones we don't want in there. So I know all of... Actually, no, those were the ones I just rolled. So axes, as I said in the previous episode, I don't usually use. Vault boots, those ones are not better than the ones we have. And those are not either, just because, again, these have the living, so they're going to keep getting better as we get better. Magnet, ours is still better than... Well, that's the old one. What am I saying? Okay. And then let's roll the vault helmet and the other epic vault axe. Now, obviously, later on, if I ever get an axe that's just insanely better than the sword I have, then I will take it. That one's really tempting. Max double damage chance is pretty crazy. The attack damage, but let's see. So if I attack with my sword, boom, And what about my axe? You know what? Its attack speed isn't terrible. It's the lowest of the rolls it could have, but I actually don't mind its attack speed. And so for now, we're going to be retiring that. And let's see. Well, unfortunately, that's just not going to hold a candle to our Omega helmet, so that goes in there. Later on in the mod pack, after I'm done, let's condense all this, find out just how much money we made on that vault. So, in total, another 13 gold, 7 more bronze, and 6 silver. Not too bad. Let's just add those to our piles, which we can also check just how much gold are we at. 31 gold for 3 vaults. That's not too bad, not too bad. Quite happy with that. Go throw these into our bounty tables, and of course we are now level 11, so we got another expertise point, which I'm going to dump into Bounty Hunter again. And then I'm going to go 1 into Strength, and let's go another 1 into Dash. Awesome. And yeah, so before we go, I'm actually going to get the tool crafted before I log off, get as much of this stuff crafted as I can. Again, we're limited because I don't have that netherite just yet, and so I'll be right back. Alright, now we have the means of crafting our vault tool, so let's just go ahead and do that. And so for the requirements, it wants us to craft a chromatic iron pick, so we'll do that real quick. And then also, what I like to use as my quote-unquote chest breaker is the sickle, just because then we don't have to worry as much about breaking the blocks in behind it. So let's just go ahead and reorganize there. Boom. Okay, and claim that real quick, which again gives us all those affinities for each, and jewels on tools, jewel applicator, which I already crafted, so let me just pick that up real quick. Boom. Now we can claim that, which gives us 4 chromatic steel ingots. Awesome. And that also allowed us to go into expertise, which just gives us a piece of gold. Awesome again. Bang. And then, wow, we are just completely running through that. Alright, so now we get vault objectives, which gives us a seal, which is the Brazier seal. I'll explain that whenever we do get to do that run. But yeah, I'm also, let's just quickly go ahead and add all of those affinities to this sickle. And so now I can just mine all of the chests in the vault without having to actually open them. There's that jewel. And I'm going to quickly apply just the one jewel we have, which is 1.5 item quantity, which as it sounds is going to boost our quantity when mining with this sickle. And so yeah, so far that's all for today. Sun's setting on another glorious runs through the vault. We got pretty far today. I'm very happy. We got just the framework for the house set up. We got some better, just storage area going on. We got a nice setup for our vault stations, and then also the vault itself now. We're not just hanging out on the beach anymore. And so yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more, and just let me know if you have any questions. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye!